Good day everyone, I am Bea Clarice Riberal
Capistrano.
and we're from EE-3204. Today, we will discuss our practical activity number 1. So as per our professor, the activity has the following conditions. First is that it must have 4 actuators. So the first 3 must be a double acting cylinder, while the fourth one, the letter D, must be a single acting cylinder. So all of which must be in its initial position in 0 or must be fully retracted. So the second is that there must be 3 push buttons. So it can be either a momentary or a large push button. So each one of them has different sequences. Third, there must be an emergency stop push button. So a push button to stop the system totally and disable all other buttons except the reset. And the fourth one is the reset button, that is to bring all the components to their initial position. And the fifth one is the stop and continue button that allows you to pause the system in the meantime and also continue it as is. So considering all these conditions, we come up with this system. So the system starts with the sources. So dito, meron tayong compressed air supply na connected sa air pressure reservoir na connected naman sa air service unit. So these three are responsible for the supply of air for the whole system. So it is connected to all 6 push button, the PB1, 2, 3, the emergency stop, the reset, and also the stop and continue. Also, connected din ito sa 4 na actuators. So, initially, this source retracts the 4 actuators since the initial position of the valves for each actuator is toward retraction. So, 5-way valves ang ginagamit sa actuators A to C since siya ay double acting cylinder, while a 3-way valve naman is used for actuator D since ito ay single acting actuator. Each actuator also has the pneumatic connections on both sides that change the direction of the air supply. So, yung actuation side niya is on the left while the retraction side is on the right. So, when there is an air supply coming from the left, mapupush yung valve to the right and yung air na dadaloy dito is dito siya pupunta which allows it to actuate. While kapag may air supply na manggagaling sa right, mapupush niya yung valve to the left and yung air supply na dadaan dito is dito siya dadaloy which allows the actuator to retract. Now, let's start with the first push button, PB1. So the push button that we use is a 3-way valve that is initially open and has a momentary push button on the left and a pneumatic connection on the right. So this pneumatic connection is included because it enables a reset function which will be discussed later on. And as you can see, PB1, connected lang siya sa mga valves na ito. Meaning, yung supply na dadaan dito sa PB1, once na ma-on siya, ay dito lang pupunta. So this connection is done in that way to ensure that the other PBs will not be affected by the actions in this PB1. So it is some kind of isolation. The first sequence is A+, B+, C-, and D-. So para magawa tong sequence na to, gumamit kami ng dalawang 5-way valves where their initial position is closed in this way. So these 2 valves are pneumatically connected to the left side of the 5-way valves of the actuators A and B. So once PB1 is on, the air supply will flow first in these 2 valves before pushing these valves to the right and enabling actuators A and B to fully actuate. So all the other valves in this push button are open to remain in their initial position. The second sequence is P-, C+. To retract actuator B, we use a mechanical actuation on the right of this 5-way valve that is connected to actuator B. Specifically, gumamit kami ng magnetic sensor with the label 1B+, kung saan once na mag-actuate fully si B from the last sequence or ma-reach niya yung condition na 1B+, mapupush na yung valve papunta sa left, thus changing the direction into the retraction side of actuator B. Hence, actuator B will start to retract. Meanwhile, to actuate actuator C, we connected a three-way valve to the actuation side of actuator C. So, itong valve na to is initially open siya. And magko-close lang siya once na ma-actuate si B as the label 1B++. So, meron din siyang spring na connected sa kanyang right para mag-retract agad siya at mawalan ng supply. Since kailangan sa sunod na sequence is kailangan niyang mag-retract. So, the third sequence is A-, C-. So, para mag-retract si actuator A, kaya siya ng process ng pag-retract kay actuator B kanina. So, gumamit itong 5-way valve na connected kay actuator A, meron siyang magnetic sensor na once na ma-reach itong condition na 1C+, or once na fully actuate si actuator C from the last sequence, mapupush na tong valve na to to the left. And change na yung direction ng supply into the retraction side ng actuator A. In that way, pwede nang mag-retract si actuator A. Para naman mag-retract si actuator C, gumamit naman ng three-way valve. And itong three-way valve connected siya sa retraction side ng actuator C. And also, it is initially open and it will only close once na ma-reach yung condition ng 1C++. Or once na fully actuate si actuator C from the last sequence din. And meron din siyang spring na connected sa kanyang right para bumalik siya sa initial position niya agad since kailangan niya ulit mag-actuate sa next sequence. The last sequence is P+, C+. So, actuator B will actuate by using a magnetic sensor on the left of the 5-way valve connected to the actuator B. So, itong magnetic sensor na to, mag-activate lang siya once ma-reach niya itong condition na ito na 1A- or once na fully retract si A from the last sequence. And when it happens, it will push the valve to the right, enabling the air supply to push this valve to the right and actuate actuator B. While si actuator C naman, mag-actuate din siya using magnetic sensor din. Once na ma-reach na itong condition na 1B-, dadaloy na yung air supply dito papunta dun sa 5-way valve ng actuator C. And in that way, pwede na ding mag-actuate si actuator C. Once na mag-on si PB1, meron pang isang connection na magmumula kay PB1, which is ito. So, itong connection na to, yung air supply dadaloy dito para dumaan dito siya mga shuttle valves and i-close niya itong two-way valve na connected bago si PB2. And yung air supply dadaloy din dito sa kabilang connection papunta sa shuttle valves na ito hanggang sa i-close niya ulit yung two-way valve na connected bago si PB3. So, the purpose ng connections na ito is para mawalan ng supply si PB2 and si PB3 while ongoing si PB1. And this connection is applicable din sa mga ibang PB. So, si PB2, meron din siyang connection coming from the PB2 once na mag-on siya. Dadaan din siya sa shuttle valves hanggang sa i-off niya yung two-way valve na connected kay PB1 and kay PB3. And also, si PB3, meron din siyang connection na galing sa PB3, dadaan ulit siya sa shuttle valves na mag-off kay PB1 and kay PB2. Ngayon, magtungo naman tayo kay push button 2. So, yung push button na ito ay similar lang kay push button 1. So, meron siyang momentary push button sa left and pneumatic connection sa right. Likewise, yung lahat ng connected kay PB2 ay mga valve lang na needed para magawa yung sequence ng PB2. Bago natin i-discuss yung sequence ng PB2, makikita natin dito sa taas bago yung mga actuator na marami ditong mga shuttle valves. So, ang purpose niya is para ma-isolate yung mga connections ng PB1, ng PB2 at ng PB3. So, bale, example dito is itong unang shuttle valve. Yung left niya is connected lamang kay PB1, while yung right is connected sa another shuttle valve kung saan yung left ng second shuttle valve is connected kay PB2 while yung right is connected kay PB3. Itong part na ito ng connection ng actuation side ng actuator A ay same lang yung idea for all the other actuators. Maliban na lamang kung walang push button ang nakakonect sa side na yun. So, sa unang sequence, B plus, C plus, A minus, D minus. So, para mag-actuate si B, meron ditong three-way valve that is normally closed. And connected siya sa actuation side ni actuator B para ma-push ito at mag-actuate si B. Para naman sa actuation ng C, gumamit dito ng 5-way valve that is normally closed din at connected sa actuation side ng C. So, yung supply na dadali dito ay parehong magtutulak sa right side ng mga valves na ito para mag-actuate si actuator B at si actuator C. Next sequence naman ay A plus, B minus, E minus. Para mangyari ang sequence na to, need muna mawalan ng hangin si B. Kaya naman nilagyan ng magnetic sensor itong valve na ito para pag na-reach ni actuator B ang full actuation, ay mapupush na ito at magiging open ang connection sa parting ito. And yung 5-way valve naman ay may connected din na magnetic sensor sa left that when actuator B fully actuates, mapupush ang valve to the right and mababago ang direction ng supply papunta naman sa kabilang side. So this connection is connected to the actuation side ng A and the retraction sides ng B at ng C. And the air supply will push the valves according to their pneumatic connections, hence enable the sequence to happen. Sequence naman ay C plus D plus. So dito ginamit namin ulit yung 5-way valve kung saan nadagdagan ito ng another magnetic sensor which has the condition 2A plus kung saan mag-activate lang siya once yung actuator A ay fully actuated na. And when it happens, it will push the valve to the left and the flow of air will go towards the actuation side ng C and dito sa two pressure valves na ito. So, yung other side ng two pressure valves is connected naman sa another three-way valve. So, itong three-way valve, initially open siya and mag-close lang siya once ma-reach yung condition na 2A+, which is when actuator A is fully actuated, which will happen in the last sequence. And dahil doon, magkakaroon na ng supply ng air mula dito sa two pressure valve papunta sa actuation side ng D. So, yung air na pupunta sa actuation side ng C at ng D ay itutulak yung valve na mga ito papunta sa right para mag-actuate si actuator C at actuator D. And makikita nyo din pala na merong throttle valve si D. And para lang yan masabayan niya yung bilis ng ibang actuator which is needed para hindi mauna yung ibang conditions na connected kay D lalo na sa push button number 3. And that concludes the process of PB1 and PB2 for our system.
Para sa PB3, gumamit kami ng three-way valve na connected sa air source na mayroong manually push button. And ang unang sequence na need masatisfy ni push button 3 is that itong A and B is actuated while C and D is remain retracted. And para mangyari yon, gumamit kami dito ng 5-way valve that is naturally open, connected dito sa mga shuttle valve sa left side ni actuator A. And we also use here a 3-way valve na naturally open din na connected dito sa mga shuttle valve sa left side ni actuator B. Naturally open tong mga valve na to kasi para once na nag-turn on sa push button 3 is dire-diretsyong nadalay si air patungo sa mga valve na to sa left side ng actuators para may magpupush sa mga valves na to sa right side nila and malipat yung hangin dito sa side na to ng actuators para mag-actuate si A and B, while on the other hand, C and D still remain retracted. And for the next sequence, you have A negative, D D positive and C positive. And para mangyari yon, we still use here the 5-way valve na connected, na ngayon naman ay connected dito sa right side ni actuator A. And also, nilagyan natin to ng condition na nilagyan natin siya ng magnetic sa right side with a label na 3D plus para once na na-reach ni actuator D, si 3D plus is automatic na ipupush nito itong valve papunta dito sa left and malilipat yung daloy ng air dito sa 2 and diretso siya dito sa right side ng actuator A. That's why once na dumating siya dito, ipupush niya pabalik itong valve and itong wire na to ang magkakaroon ng airflow. And that is how A will be retracted. And to actuate naman si C and D, we've used here a normally open na 3-way valve and it have a magnetic to its left side and a spring return to its right side. And this valve is connected to a shuttle valve, wherein this shuttle valve is also connected to these two shuttle valve in the left side of actuators C and D. And so you can see ang condition na ang label ng magnetic dito is 3A+. Para once na na-reach ni 3A+, ni actuator A, si 3A+ is automatic na ipupush nito itong valve papunta dito sa right and diretso na yung magiging daloy ng air from sa source papunta dito sa shuttle valve and dito sa mga shuttle valve sa left side ni actuator C and D. And when it happens, ipupush na yung air itong valve papunta dito sa kanilang right side para lumipat yung daloy ng hangin and ma-actuate na si C and D. And for the next sequence, we have a B negative and C negative. And para mangyari yun, we've used here a naturally open 3-way valve connected sa push button 3. And this valve is also connected sa mga shuttle valves sa right side ni B and C. And para magkaroon ng daloy ng air itong right side ni B and C, naglagay tayo ng magnetic sa left side nitong 3-way valve at nilagyan natin siya ng label na 3D plus para once na na-reach nitong actuator D, si 3D plus is automatic na ipupush nito si valve papunta dito sa right and magkakaroon na ngayon ng flow ng air papunta dito sa right side ng actuator B and C. And when the airflow here, ipupush niya pabalik itong mga valves and dilipat yung hangin dito sa mga line na to so that actuator B and C will be retracted. And for the last sequence, we need to actuate A, B, and C. And para mangyari yun, ginamit ulit namin itong 5-way valve and this time, nilagyan na namin siya dito ng magnetic sa right side and nag-label kami dito ng 3C negative para once na reach na actuator C, si 3C negative is ibabalik niya yung valve sa initial position niya. And kapag nangyari yan is diretso na ulit yung daloy ng hangin patungo dito sa left side ng actuator A and magka-actuate na ulit si actuator A. And for the B naman, ang ginamit lang ulit namin dito is itong 3-way valve na naturally open. Katulad lang dun sa ginamit namin sa unang sequence na dito sa push button 3. And once the airflow, dire-diretso lang siya dito sa left side ni B and ibabalik niya lang ulit itong valve patungo dito sa right and lilipat ulit yung hangin para mag-actuate si B. And for C naman, gumamit kami dito ng 2 3-way valve na connected dito sa 2 pressure wherein this 2 pressure is connected naman dito sa shuttle valve na connected dito sa right side ni actuator C. And para magkaroon ng airflow itong mga shuttle valve and wire, we put magnetic to the both left side of these valves and spring return to the both left side of this valve and label this one as a 3D++ and the other one as 3C negative para once na na-reach ni the actuator si 3D++ is automatic na ipupush na niya si valve papunta sa right and magkakaroon na ng airflow na dadalay dito as well as itong valve na to, and those air ay dadaloy dito sa valve, shuttle valve na to, and dediretso na siya ngayon dito sa right side and ipupush niya ulit pabalik yung valve sa right side para mag-actuate ulit si actuator C. And that is how PB3 works to the ABCD actuators. And now, dito naman tayo sa emergency stop. This emergency stop button works na kapag pinindot mo siya, automatic mag-stop yung system sa paggalaw and hindi na gagana si push button 1, push button 2, push button 3. And para mangyari yan, nilagyan namin ng tag-iisang two-way valve under each button na connected sa mga shuttle valve, wherein this shuttle valve are all connected to this emergency stop para once na nag-on sa emergency stop is automatic na magkakaroon ng airflow dito sa mga shuttle valve na to and ipupush itong mga two-way valve patungo sa left side and mapuputol na ang daloy ng air. And once na naputol na emergency stop yung daloy ng air, hindi na ulit gagana tong si push button 1, push button 2, and push button 3 unless pinindot sa reset button. That's why this emergency stop is electrically connected to this reset button. Para once na pinindot natin si reset button is magkakaroon siya dito ng hangin na dadalay patungo dito and ipupush niya pabalik or ito-turn off niya sa emergency stop. Kaya naman magkakaroon na ulit ng hangin sa mga push button and sa mga actuators and it is automatically reset from its initial position. And mapapansin natin sa reset button na connected siya sa dalawang 2 pressure and tatlong 3-way valves na mayroong magnetic and spring return that have a label D negative, C negative, and A negative. Naglagay kami nitong mga valves na to para once na na-reach ng mga actuators, itong mga conditions na to is automatic na mag-turn off si reset and gagana na itong mga push button 1, push button 2, and push button 3. And for the last button, we have here the stop and continue button. Itong button namang to is once na kinilik mo siya, automatic na mag-i-stop sa paggalaw si system. And kapag kinilik mo ulit siya ng isa pa is automatic din na babalik sa pag-work ang mga actuators. And para mangyari yun, gumamit kami dito ng 3-way valve as a push button with a latching. And it is connected and a two-way valve here that is electrically connected to this push button and having a spring return to its left side. Once na pinindot mo to, automatic na ipupush nga itong two-way valve dito sa right and automatic na magpuputol na yung daloy ng air. And once na naputol na yung daloy ng air dyan is automatic na mag-stop na din yung system sa pag-work. But once na pinindot mo siya ulit, putol yung air, babalik tong two-way valve sa kanya initial position and magtutuloy-tuloy na ulit yung daloy ng air. And that's it. That is how PB3 emergency stop, reset, stop and continue buttons work to the actuators A, B, C, and D.